Welcome to At the Table with Chef Judy, the podcast where we believe that every meal has a story and every story has a seat at the table. I'm your host, Chef Judy, and today we embark on a culinary journey through the heartwarming realms of cherished memories and delectable dishes. Today's guest is Columbia-based entrepreneur Theandra Etheridge-Sostand. Did I say that correct?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
you did.
I'm bad at names. Okay? She'll be preparing one of her favorite dishes, apple pound cake. I can't wait. Could you share us the story behind the dish?
Well, this dish is one of my favorites. Matter of fact, it's one of my first cookbooks that my grandmother gave me. And it was in a 4-H cookbook. And it was for young people to be able to first start cooking.
Right.
And so it's been in my family for a long time. As you look at this picture right here, this is the original. And you can see it's done been through some.
And I love vintage, right? I don't call it antique, I don't call it old, I call it vintage. Because they have so many memories, so many deliciousness.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And this is a treasure.
Yeah.
And
so
sometimes we don't realize how expensive or how vintage is so much value. And that's what I love. So this is my love. I love it. Oh,
Thank
my
you.
goodness. And I think about how many people who have cooked it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And we have I just love it. I just touch it because I just feel the ancestors, Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this dish and how you're going to put it together and what it's going to do.
Okay, so far we already got oil, and we got 2 cups of sugar and 4 eggs. And this right here has to be creamed and get it like a little fluffy like.
Right, okay.
And so we've already done that.
Okay.
And so after we do this, then we go ahead, and I'm going to whisk it a little bit so you can kind of like get it all.
Right. So with being a chef, I realize that baking is a science. And if you don't do it right, sometimes it just mess up. So, a lot of times you can throw meat or something else in the oven, but that cake got to be right for it to be right, especially being heavy to oil and all that. So I know it's a skill set. So I think you have mastered it.
You know what? That's a good point that you brought out. Because when I first made my very first pound cake, it looked like a hot mess.
So what did you do wrong?
Well, my grandmother told me, because I called her, the same grandmother that gave me this that book. I said, Grandma, this cake didn't come out right. And so she said, well, what did you do? And she said, oh, no, baby, you got to add 1 egg at a time. And once I started doing that, then my cake started getting better. And in 2015, I had made a cake, a recipe that she gave me. It was a chocolate pound cake.
Okay.
And we was at our family gathering, and I said, Grandma, you got to taste this. I said, tell me what you think about this. And so when she tasted it, she said, baby, I think you got it now.
Oh, my God.
So when she told me, I felt like I had her approval for one baking a cake.
That's it. And I could see you just took it and just, put it together and just make some delicious cake. I can't wait to try it.
All right.
Okay.
So after this right here is mixed up real good, the next part we were going to put in is our flour. And that's 3 cups of flour. And it's got the baking soda and the salt in there.
Okay.
And that's all. And it's a teaspoon of each one.
Okay.
And this is gradually put that in there for me.
Okay. So
and while I'm stirring.
Let me stir because you might, you got science to it. I'll make sure I do it right, okay?
All right.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Yeah,
And that's another thing. You don't want to mix it too much because then it'll make the cake kind of tough. It won't be nice and flaky. And so you do a little bit at a time.
And this how you do it.
And this
You put it in the mixer though, see y'all.
I put it in the mixer.
See y'all, I tell you, we're doing it live. We start doing it at the house, and I have so many utensils and gadgets and stuff at the studio, and I forgot to bring so now I got to work y'all because I forgot to bring the mixer. And they didn't have mixers back then, they did.
Nope, they didn't. And that's why I wanted that wooden spoon, because she would use a wooden spoon to mix her stuff.
Now, y'all, this is a labor of love, okay? But I also I have a mixer that's a vintage mixer that my mother gave me when it's about 50 years old, and it still works. It's a hand mixer.
Now you know I would love that.
Oh yes, I love it. It's one of them old. I don't know if it's General Mills. I got to find out what the name is. I just know it's green and it's old. Okay, vintage as we say.
And when I used to, like I said, when I first got married, I wanted to make a cake for my husband.
Right.
And I had a little hand mixer.
Okay.
I burned it out
Oh
because
my
the pound
God.
cake couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And so
I love
then
those hand mixers.
I brought a little cheap mixer. It lasts about 3 or 4 pound cakes. I said, oh no,
my
we can't do this
God.
right here.
So you got a professional.
So then I turned around and brought me a KitchenAid, and it's been on ever
Oh
since.
goodness, this thing is it gets stiff. Ain't it?
Yep.
Oh my!
Well,
We gonna make a
know-
mess, have a good
guess
time.
what? You ain't
What?
got to do this now to put the
That's
flour on your
right.
face. You already got it on.
I don't have to put no flour in the face like I pretend like I made it, y'all. Some people throw the flour in the face and they be to pretend like they made that cake, okay?
Yeah.
It really do get stiff. Though.
But the apples, when we put the apples in, it's going to be much easier. But then the apples, we'll fold it in there with the
So
pecan.
the apples, one thing about apples, they have water in it, so it kind of moistens it up, right?
That's it. Because you notice I don't have any milk.
That's
and
I
don't
didn't
have
notice that.
No sour cream or anything.
Oh
The
my
apples is
God.
going to really get the mixture real good. All right. You want me to mix it a little bit?
No, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, go ahead. You got the flour on you now. So.
You didn't know I was a fitness trainer, that thing, you know.
No, I didn't.
Yes, I'm a fitness trainer, so I take this muscle thing serious, girl. Then we got another fitness trainer coming up.
Oh.
Mr. James Patrick coming in the house, y'all. He's in the house. He is really a fitness trainer. He fitness trained in the community.
Okay. And you're doing a fine job. All right. When you get that last little bit, we're going to add some apples.
Okay.
Okay. Then we might use
Okay.
that looks real
You
good.
got to do your little touches, see if I
Okay.
got it.
Let me see. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Now we're gonna put in.
That looks good, man.
Thank you. We're gonna get that wooden spoon and we're gonna
Okay.
add the apples. And the apples is 3 cups of apples.
Did you have a particular apple that you used?
Yes, I did. I used because the Granny Smith, it's a good cooking apple. It's almost like making an apple pie. And when you make that apple pie and the Granny Smith, give it a little tart.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know, that's amazing how yin and yang go together, sweet and tart go together.
Yeah.
You put salt in your cake?
It's already in the flour.
Yeah, so that's one thing
Yep.
about baking too. I learned science is that, you know, the salt kind of breaks that up.
All right, so we just gonna put that in there. And like you said, the apples already make a little water too. So, okay. So you wanna stir in the apples. As a matter of fact, we can go ahead and stir in.
It smells good.
Yeah, it's got a little cinnamon in that flour too, and that's optional. But I like cinnamon in there,
Right.
and on the original recipe it says option, and so I go ahead and put the cinnamon in there.
Okay, cinnamon in it too?
Cinnamon
You already put
in
cinnamon?
the flour.
Oh, you already
Yeah,
put good,
I
okay.
did. I prepped it up already.
Yeah, and look how it loosened up just from the apples, guys.
And then we're gonna
Oh,
add
my
the nuts
favorite
because this is the
pecan.
best part.
That
of it.
is the best part.
'Cause I
almost like
love
you're
some
talking about
nuts.
that crunchy toast. Just give it a nice crunch.
There you go.
You won't believe this. My everyday snack is big Cheez-Its and pecans. That's my snack every day. I like it.
Well, pecan is my.
Yeah. It's
Don't give me no
Is it pecans
candy.
or pecan? Which one is it?
Whichever one you want to
No,
say.
That's what I'm talking about, girl. Ain't no right way to do it. I'll say it. I'll say it, okay?
Yep.
I
Then
always
we're going
tell
to add
people-
some coconut, and this is
Do
1
you?
cup of coconut.
Now, that's my husband's favorite. He loves coconut.
Coconut? Okay.
Now, how many different cakes do you do?
Oh, I do all kind. One of my favorite cakes I make is a red velvet. And what else I like to make? I like to make my pear pound cake, and I won first prize with that for 3 years in a row.
Gosh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Now,
so
that
that-
sounds good. We was going to do the pear, guys, but she ordered a special pear, of course. Tell me
State
what kind of
pear.
pear.
It's a pear that grows in the yard.
Goes in the yard.
The hard pears. You know,
Okay.
back in the day when
Yeah.
you go out in the yard in your grandma's backyard and have
Right.
and you bite on it and say, "Ah,"
Yes.
crunch.
Yes, yes.
Those are the ones you use because it keeps that firmness when you're baking with
Right.
it. And so that's why I like to use that one. Now you can I try to use the ones from the store, but they get mushy. It's almost
mushy,
like the
that's right.
apples. You have certain apples you can use
Right.
to bake with,
Right.
and some you can't
Right.
because they get real mushy.
Okay.
And since this take a little time, and then when you get ready to cut into the
God.
cake, it still got a little firmness to it.
That was so good how you changed that up and did put the apple in. I
Yeah.
think that was great. But I told her that my sister grows those type of apples, so when we get them yard apples, I'm going to go see Theandra and get her to make me one of the pear cakes. And I just want to give a shout out to your sister.
Yeah.
She's in the audience, guys, Nita, but she's been over there working that butter and cream, okay? Thank you, Nita. Okay.
Yeah, that's I have to say, how I ended up putting my cake in the fair is because in remembrance of my mom. And the cookbook is also her mom's mom. And I come from a family that, they cook.
That's right.
Yeah, my grandmother, when I stayed with her, she would cook us, have biscuits on the table when we came home from school. And my mom, she used to make cinnamon rolls. She got it. My sister has it.
Goodness. Yeah. And then
I
when your
keep
friends
trying.
was on, she came on the podcast, Miss Erica.
That's right.
And she did them homemade cinnamon rolls. And she said she had been working on it, she finally got, they were delicious and amazing too.
And I have to tell you about Erica and me.
Yeah.
Her mom died that Friday, and my mom died that that Monday.
Yes, yeah.
And she started cooking in the fair too, and she won at the fair as well as I had.
Right.
And I think we cooked because in remembrance of
That's
our parents,
right,
our moms. And so I miss her and my mom.
What was your mom and grandmother's name?
My mom's name was Valeria Etheridge,
Okay.
and my grandmama's name was Mildred Williams. And
Was Mildred located in Columbia?
yeah.
That name sound familiar
Yeah,
to me.
she was in Columbia, and like I said, my mom, all my classmates, they say, your mama made some of them cinnamon rolls. When you gonna bring some? And one of my schoolmates, she'll say, I know you got a cinnamon roll, and she say, but I know you saved it for your boyfriend. And I was like, and she knew I did. I would save him one,
That's right.
and I wouldn't give her if I didn't have enough for both of them. So I would just make sure.
I love that. And that's so amazing because that's the whole inspiration of this podcast, is to hear stories like that about how our mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers and fathers have impacted our life. Even my podcaster was on a podcast, and he did a dish from his dad. So that was amazing. I think Derek, you was on there with your dad too, right? He did a dish with dad, did meat. So it's across the board. It can be mom, it can be granddad, and mom, but I just love that. That's amazing. And the women back those days, they cooked levels of love language.
Oh yeah.
We went to a little marriage Valentine's event last night, and they talk about love languages. There's been a couple, but I think that was their love language. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So how can we find out about you? And do we have to add anything more to this cake?
We don't have to add anything
perfect.
else.
Okay.
We're going to add it into the cake
Come
pan.
on.
Already greased it.
Make sure I stir it enough, though.
Okay.
Okay. 'Cause I don't want to mess that cake up, y'all.
I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to work out, James.
Yep. So we're going to just put it on in the pan.
While you pick it up, I'm going to
Okay. And you can tell I'm left-handed.
Oh, goodness. That's even better. I mean, that tells you really is a baker. I'm telling you, left hand can be challenged, but I guess you learned.
I had to learn,
Yeah.
Like I said, my very first pound cake was a hot mess.
You got it now.
Yep.
That's what I said. Life is full of lessons, okay?
Yep.
Do you turn your pan
Yeah,
on?
you can turn it. Thank you. You see all them apples in there just right.
That is I'm so ready.
And I'm gonna tell you, it calls for a cup of nuts, but we have a little bit more. We got like a cup and a half.
Right.
And a little secret, I roasted my
Yeah, they give it a little
pecans,
crunch.
give it a little bit more, little flavor, roasted, little taste.
It really does make a difference too.
Yeah.
So what Nita be cooking over there? What she like to cook?
Oh, now let me tell you.
What's her specialty?
Nita can make the cinnamon rolls.
Oh my goodness.
And she make a good red velvet cake.
And that's a skill set because you got to know how to roll that stuff out and.
Yeah. And
It's
you remember
right,
I told you
consistent.
I would love to have made you the red velvet cake, but my mom would be upset with us because she have a certain, our red velvet cake is not like the most red velvet cakes. So that's how come I said, oh no, I can't do that.
And so what did I tell you when you told me that?
You said,
What did I say when you told me that?
I said, and then I thought about it. I said, no, because my sister standing over there, she'd be like, you know what Mama said.
That's right, Mama said. So I tell people on our podcast, we want you to come share dishes and that you, the family will let you share. We're not stealing nobody's recipes, okay?
Yeah.
So I told her that you keep that family secret because that's a treasure, you know?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, we're not looking for anybody's recipes that they don't want to share. We want something that you want to share and feel good about.
I'm trying to think.
I have a
What
girlfriend that makes a banana pudding, and all the women know how to make the banana pudding, but they won't tell anybody the secret. That's one of the best. And so I respect people for that, you know?
Yeah.
That is not what we do. We do not steal, okay?
All right. Okay, now that's ready. We're going to put it in the oven.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
The biscuit. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, Theandra, tell us how we can
You going to
find
put it
you.
in there?
Yeah, I'm going to make sure it's on 325. Yeah, it's ready. There you go, the cake, y'all. Okay, tell us how. I'm piling down, but I'm going to change because you're good.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about how we can find you. And
Okay. Really word of mouth. I don't advertise. Most of my family and friends, and then I sometimes I post on Facebook when I make something.
So what's your Facebook handle?
My Facebook page is Theandra Etheridge-Sostand. And I don't know what my Instagram. I'm not really a social media person.
Right.
I'm just an ordinary person.
I love it. And you know what? That's what we love. We love real, authentic people. Okay.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I just thank you so much for coming. So if somebody wanted an apple pear cake, so the pear cake probably is during like the summertime when the pears are about rich. What is the time frame of those?
It's around the third week in September.
Okay.
Till like the third week in October, if the weather is good,
Okay.
But if they produce real good, not last year, but year before that, I made over 20.
Do you have a pear tree?
I don't have a pear tree.
How do you find your pears?
That's how I started out. It was one of
I love it.
I went to a brother's house,
Yeah.
Mr. Patterson, and he had a pear tree. And he said, come get all the pears. And so I went in my cookbook and I found it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try this. And then my friend, she said, Thee, you need to put this in the fair. She said, this cake is good. And that's how I started. I went to his pear tree, so I still go to his pear tree. And I have other friends that give me and say,
well, I got another pear tree too, my sister pear tree. Yeah.
And so, and whoever I can get some pears,
Yes.
I get the pears.
Well, I'm putting my order now for a pear cake, okay?
Sound like
and
a plan.
I can bring the pears and bring you some more to have and all that good stuff, okay?
Okay.
I love it. So we want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the table.
Okay.
Welcome back. We're sitting with Theandra, and I just want to tell you, the audience love that cake. So I get a chance to taste it now, so I'm so excited about it. And before you try your dish, what does food and family mean to you?
Everything.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. When I cook for people and they come to my house, it's just the joy, just to see them, seeing that they enjoyed it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
But we have that in life.
and I don't care if I don't eat anything, as long as I see them enjoying themselves.
Right. That's what I said. They didn't enjoy the cake, and I hadn't even had a chance to taste it. So I was waiting to sit down with you and just tell you how much I appreciate you coming, sharing a wonderful cake. And don't forget, September, I'm going to bring you some pears.
Okay.
And I want one of them pear cakes, okay?
Okay, sound like a plan.
My husband, he said, have you tasted that cake? I said, no, not yet. I'm sitting down with Theandra and try the cake, okay? But I like how moist it is. It just have a nice texture to it. And remember, I'm visually challenged, so I love the way it looks.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to taste it with that frosting. So tell us a little bit about the frosting that you put on. Is it frosting or icing? Because everybody calls things different.
Whichever one you want to call it.
I like
frosting,
it. Y'all. You call it what?
Icing.
Icing, okay.
Frosting in the one, yeah.
That's right, I love that.
And it's cream cheese frosting. It's confection sugar and cream cheese and butter.
I love it.
Yeah. And then you ask my daughters if I have some left over, they'll try to go in the refrigerator and just eat it up. And they just put it on their stuff.
Right.
I say, leave my stuff alone because I need it for my next cake.
I know it. But you know what? That's what interesting that you said about the cream cheese icing, because one of the girls, when she made the French toast, she said she used cream cheese for that.
That's
That
right.
was so awesome. I love that.
That's a good, nice flavor.
You have cinnamon here, right? Delicious. I can tell it. And it's nice and just perfect. It's not too much. It's just right.
Thank you.
The moist is right. I love the nuts and I love the carrot. Now,
Now, you know how you're making me feel when I
What?
hear you say that?
What?
Proud.
I know. You got a reason to be. Because you've taken what you've taught from your grandparents and mom and just share love with others. And sometimes when y'all having them dinners, y'all invite me over.
Okay, all right.
I'll bring something.
I'm holding you for that now.
I'm telling you, girl. And I never go to anybody's house with an empty hand. I always bring something.
Me neither.
Yeah,
They'll tell me not to
yeah.
bring something. I'll be like, I can't go to nobody's house and not bring something.
I bring champagne, wine, non-alcoholic, whatever. I'm going to bring something. Candles, something.
There you go.
And I tell my children, I speak to a lot of children. And when I go, I always have some kind of little box full of candy. I said, when you go to somebody's house, don't go with an empty hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Especially come to entertainment. Thank you for that. And thank you for joining us.
Yep.
And that wraps up another episode of At the Table with Chef Judy. Before we say goodbye, don't forget, show some love, hit that like button, share the joy with your friends and family, and of course, subscribe.